Have you ever wondered what signs might indicate that a relationship may not stand the test of time? One big red flag is the lack of open, honest communication. Picture this. You're trying to share your thoughts and feelings, but it feels like you're talking to a brick wall. Or perhaps it's the other way around, and your partner seems to be holding back. This lack of communication can be a telltale sign of trouble brewing. So, if you're finding it difficult to express your thoughts and feelings, or if your partner isn't willing to listen, it's a sign that there might be trouble ahead. Moving on to our next sign, constant arguing. Now let's clarify something right off the bat, shall we? Disagreements are a part of life, and every relationship has them. It's entirely normal to have different viewpoints. But if your tea time chat escalates into a full-blown row, more often than not, there could be more to it. It's like that one friend who's always ready for a debate, but in this case it's not entertaining, it's exhausting. If it feels like you're always fighting, it could signify deeper underlying issues that need addressing. Trust forms the foundation of any strong relationship. It's the glue that binds us together, the assurance that we can rely on the other person. But what happens when that trust is consistently broken? When you find yourself constantly doubting your partner's words or actions? It's like a crack in a dam, small at first, but with time, it can lead to a catastrophic breach. If trust is consistently broken, or if you find yourself constantly doubting your partner, it could be a sign that the relationship is in jeopardy. The fourth sign is growing apart. It's a natural part of life. We all change and grow over time, but sometimes this growth can lead us down diverging paths. Maybe you've found a new passion for painting while your partner is engrossed in their career. Or perhaps your dream of backpacking around the world doesn't align with their idea of settling down. These differences aren't inherently bad, but if they're not addressed and shared, they can create distance. If you and your partner are developing separate interests without making an effort to connect, it may be a signal that you're growing apart. Emotional connection is crucial in any relationship. It's the glue that binds us together, the invisible thread that weaves the fabric of our shared experiences and memories. But what happens when that connection starts to fray? When the spark that once lit up our conversations and intimate moments begins to dim? Imagine a relationship as a dance. It's a delicate balance, a rhythmic interplay of give and take. But when one partner starts to step out of rhythm, the dance loses its flow. The emotional disconnect can feel like a chasm widening between you and your partner, leaving you stranded on opposite shores. You might feel like you're just going through the motions, or perhaps you're feeling uninterested or detached. These feelings could indicate a lack of intimacy, a void that can put a significant strain on the relationship. If you or your partner feel emotionally distant or detached, it could indicate a potential strain on the relationship. Another sign to look out for is ignored needs. Let's imagine you're an artist, but your partner never shows interest in your work, or you're a foodie, but they never want to try new cuisines with you. These might seem like small things, but they add up. They're part of who you are, and if they're consistently dismissed or overlooked, it can feel like a part of you is being rejected. If your needs, desires, or aspirations are consistently ignored, it's a clear indication that your relationship may not be meeting your fundamental requirements for happiness and fulfillment. Relationships require effort from both sides. Imagine it as a dance. If only one person is leading, the other may feel neglected, and the dance loses its harmony. It's the same in relationships. If you find yourself constantly initiating conversations, planning dates, or making sacrifices, while your partner remains indifferent, it's a red flag. A relationship is a partnership, a bond of two, not a solo act. If you're the only one putting in the work, while your partner is indifferent or unresponsive, the relationship may not last. Respect is crucial in any relationship. It's the glue that holds the bond together, but what happens when this glue starts to dissolve? Disrespect, in the form of insults or demeaning behavior, can be a telltale sign of an unhealthy relationship. It's like a storm cloud gathering on the horizon, signaling rough weather ahead. This lack of respect can chip away at the core of the relationship, leaving it vulnerable and weak. If you're experiencing disrespect from your partner, it's a significant sign that this relationship might not endure. Incompatibility in core values or goals can create significant discord. Imagine you're an ambitious go-getter, always striving for the next big thing. But your partner, on the other hand, prefers a laid-back, carefree lifestyle. While it's perfectly okay to have different interests, it becomes a problem when your core values and life goals don't align. Suppose you're a family-oriented person, excited about the idea of having a bustling household full of kids, but your partner is more into a child-free life, focusing on career progression and personal growth. Such a difference in life goals can create friction and lead to dissatisfaction in the long run. Or perhaps you're passionate about sustainability and environmental causes, but your partner doesn't share the same enthusiasm. This difference in values can lead to conflicts and resentment. In essence, having differing core values, life goals, or incompatible long-term plans can create significant discord and hinder the sustainability of a relationship. It's important to discuss these aspects early on to ensure you both are on the same page for a harmonious journey together. A relationship thrives on compromise. It's like a dance where both partners need to move in sync, sometimes leading, other times following. But what if one partner refuses to budge? What if they insist on dancing their own dance, leaving the other person struggling to keep up? That's when we stumble upon the issue of a lack of compromise. It's when the scales of give and take are tipped too heavily to one side, and the dance of partnership becomes a solo performance. Compromise doesn't mean losing yourself or your values. It's about finding a middle ground, a place where both partners' needs and desires are recognized and valued. It's about making sacrifices, not out of obligation, but out of love and respect for each other. However, when one partner is consistently unwilling to bend or meet halfway, it can cast a long, ominous shadow over the relationship. If you or your partner are unwilling to meet halfway or make sacrifices for each other, the future of the relationship may be uncertain. Recognizing these signs early on can help assess the health of your relationship. From the red flag of lack of communication to the worrying constant arguments, broken trust, growing apart, and emotional disconnect, ignored needs, one-sided efforts, disrespect, differing values, and the unwillingness to compromise can all point to a relationship that may not stand the test of time. Remember, a fulfilling, lasting relationship is built on communication, trust, mutual respect, and the willingness to grow together. Stay tuned for more insightful content.